on, YouTube. It is that time yet again. NFL Week 2 predictions. We don't want to talk about last week. Broncos. Don't want to talk about it. Don't want to talk about no 64-yard missed field goal. Don't want to talk about it. We don't talk about it. Didn't happen. So, never happened. But let's get into this. Now, on my picks, I always pay attention to how many teams have only wins and how many teams don't have a win. So normally it would be like 16 teams and 16 teams, so it would be divided. But we had the tie between the Colts and the Texans. So both them, not only do they not have a win, but they have not a loss either. So let's look at tonight's game. Tonight's game is a divisional game, in the same division as my team. You get the Chargers and the Chiefs. Both of them they both won their games last week. I think that the Chiefs should roll past the Chargers pretty easy. I think yeah. Then you've got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. I'm going to be honest. I don't like either one of those teams. But I got to pick one. So, I think that the Patriots are going to beat the Steelers. I don't know. The Patriots, they didn't win last week, and the Steelers won their game. But if I'm not mistaken, in that game, nobody could make a field goal. And you've got the Panthers and the Giants. Surprise, surprise. The Giants started out with a win. If I remember correctly, let me look back here. Yeah, they beat the Titans last week, which was shocking. So I picked the Giants to roll over the Panthers. You've got the Jets and the Browns. Really not that great of a game. You got the Jets who didn't win their game this past week. The Browns won their game. I really didn't think they were going to, but they did. But again, I picked the Browns to roll over the Jets. Then you've got the Colts, who are 0-1. So, the one tie team from last week versus the 0-1 Jaguars. I think that the Colts pick it around because the Jags, they've got problems. They've got some problems. So I think they redeem themselves this week, the Colts do. Then you've got, surprise, surprise, the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 1-0, okay? The Dolphins haven't been good in forever. And I mean forever. They're playing the 1-0 Ravens. Now, I picked the Dolphins in this game because if I'm looking back here at the scores, see the Ravens, they beat the Jets 24-9, and the Dolphins beat the Patriots 20-7. I think that it's going to be a high impact game, but ultimately I think that the Dolphins are going to come out on top. The Bucks and the Saints. Both teams won their games last week. However, from what I could tell, the Saints performed a little bit better than the Buccaneers did. So I picked the Saints over the Buccaneers. You've got the Commanders and the Lions. Now, last week, I picked the Lions to beat the Eagles, and they almost did. They lost 38-35. But this week, I have the Lions redeeming themselves versus the 1-0 Commanders. The Seahawks and the 49ers. 64-yard missed field goal by the Broncos versus the Seahawks last week. Don't want to talk about it. Don't talk about it. Didn't happen. But no, the Seahawks beat us. They did. And it was only on account of the missed field goal. But the Seahawks, they didn't look great in the second half. First half, man, Geno was on fire. But second half, they had all of 44 yards total. 44 yards total. Oof. So, I took the 0-1 49ers for that game. I think that's where the 49ers redeemed themselves. I've got the Falcons and the Rams. Both teams did not win their games last week. However, I think the Rams are a far superior team to the Falcons, and that's who I went with. Let's see. The Cardinals and the Raiders. Neither team won their game last week, but I pick the Cardinals to redeem themselves this week. My team again. The Texans, the other tie team, versus my 0-1 Broncos. Russ Wilson looked good. He looked really good in that game. And had it not been for the missed field goal, we'd have won that game. So I think this is where we get our win. Plus we're at home. And I think that rather than attempt a 64-yard field goal next time, if it's 4th and 5, then Nathaniel Hackett will decide to go for it. So I pick the Broncos to pick their win back up. You've got the Bengals and the Cowboys. Kitty didn't go meow last week. They could not kick a field goal. And the Cowboys. Well, the Cowboys, let's see here. Yeah, they lost 19-3 to the Bucs. But I think the Cowboys can at least kick a field goal. So, I picked the Cowboys to redeem themselves. You've got the 1-0 Bears. The Bears versus the 0-1 Packers. Now, the Packers looked like they had problems. Yeah. So I picked the Bears to go ahead and roll over them to continue their win streak. Monday night's games. You've got the 0-1 Titans and the 1-0 Bills. At the rate Josh Allen is going, he's your MVP for the year. Yeah. And there isn't any way. There's no way the Titans beat the Bills. So I think the Bills continue to roll. I think the Bills could very well have home field advantage and a bye come playoff time. I don't know. It's just first week. But I picked the Bills to they're probably going to smash the Titans. Then you've got the other game for Monday night. You've got the 1-0 Vikings versus the 1-0 Eagles. To sum it all up, I picked the Vikings to continue their win streak. But no, that is my picks. I said in my last prediction video that I was going to try and put it out um, before the game Thursday night. So here I am. But yeah, stay tuned next week around the same time for week 3. Y'all stay safe out there.